you predicted all that is happening to Arsenal Football Club right now. As a fan, you saw everything that will happen. You said it then. People are bashing you because you said Arteta is a fool for concentrating on a midfielder rather than a striker. What if something happens in the future to Havertz? And today, currently, Havertz is injured and that same thing is happening. So how do you feel about the current situation of Arsenal Club now?
My brother, as an Arsenal fan, I'm not happy. I'm not happy because I saw it. I foresaw this, and I thank God you can remember that I spoke about it. But Arteta, being who he is, as in Arteta is behaving like a certain president for from a country that starts with N and ends with A, a dictatorship kind of leadership. Why will you, as in you're lacking this part of your team and you can't reinforce them, and you're still trying to build as in concentrate on some part of the game, some part of your team that you know that you have adequate reinforcement already. Tell me now, Havertz is currently injured, no replacement. You don't have a striker. You're now trying to force yourself to use Mikel Merino or the Sterling that has been washed off. That apart. Now, same thing, if you can remember, I also spoke about Saka, and same thing, Saka is now injured too, and you don't have a replacement for that, and you're still concentrating on the midfield. Now, even the Zubimendi he was gunning for, he did not get. So tell me, who is fooling who? A lot of them we are saying that I should be patient. The manager knows what he is doing. This one. Now, is the manager doing the right thing now? So one thing with most of us viewers is that, as in, you see things and you think maybe because you're an Arsenal fan or you're a Chelsea fan, you can't, as in, try to correct the mistakes of the manager, and you think the manager is perfect. Nobody is perfect. Even Pep Guardiola is not perfect. Look at what is happening to Pep Guardiola now. Yeah. I said it about Arteta, and people were like bashing me, trying to say that maybe they think. Let me tell you, I don't think any other Arsenal fan has Arsenal in heart more than me. I've been supporting Arsenal 2006 Champions League final. I fainted where I was watching that ball. I honestly, I was taken to the hospital from the ground where I was watching that game. I fainted and I was taken to the hospital. I know how passionate I am about Arsenal. That's why I try to foresee things for Arsenal. I try to act like a prophet for Arsenal. So when I tell you that this is what you need in this team, and you think I'm just being maybe I just want to bash, I just want to raise some kind of banter on the coach. Good. You're an Arsenal fan. I'm an Arsenal fan. You're enjoying the pains. I'm enjoying the pains. That's it. I have nothing else to say. That's it. You're feeling what, maybe you're even feeling what I'm feeling more.
And last match, he was furious in the touchline. He was angry as if it wasn't his fault in the first place.
He hasn't started being furious. He should go and hit his head on the wall. I think if I were to be the Arsenal board, Arteta should go. Arteta should go. Any manager that cannot point to the board that this is what I want, this is what you are lacking. As a manager, you know you're lacking this aspect. Look at even a certain Manchester United. Even if they could not get the big boys, they go for the small boys because they know that as they try to reinforce their midfield and their defense. Even when they know that they're lacking strikers, they went and bring Højlund. The next season they still went and bring Ziggy. Even though those guys are not giving them exactly what they want, but they try to reinforce. We have a lot of boys from the academy which Arsenal could have used.
But they sold them.
Look at Obi Martin. Just not giving those boys the opportunity. Okay, come to think of it. What if a player from the academy should perform just as Nwaneri is performing for Arsenal? Wouldn't it be better? You did not go for a striker, and you were busy reinforcing every day. Every time you're talking about your midfield, look at Arsenal backline. You go and buy this one. You say you need California is there. Zichenko is there. Tierney is there. Who are the Timber is there. I'm talking about the left line.
Okay.
All of them can play that role perfectly. 4 players can fit in that position perfectly, and you did not think of getting one striker. Even if the striker is from Watford, let's be managing that guy. Even if, as in, there's this spacey runs that strikers will make. The defense will find them with pass. Yeah, the defense will be a little bit exposed, and the creative midfielder, somebody like Captain Fantastic, can
throw in the
pass. you can squeeze in some pass there, and before you know it, you get one goal. Look at Arsenal as a team in their last 2 games haven't managed to score even a goal. They lost against West Ham 1-0, and against Nottingham Forest it was a barren draw for a team that is chasing the league. And some Arsenal fans will now come and tell me. I watched some interviews where somebody were saying that Arsenal is still in the no. So they were saying that Arsenal is still title contenders for the EPL. How come? How on earth? When you not even when you're chasing the league against a certain Chelsea, not talk of the. I think Liverpool is the most informed team in Europe. Liverpool is a team that I have said it time with that number, a team that even at the 93rd minute, Liverpool can still do damages. And you're chasing the league against them, you don't have a striker, and you're telling me you want to win, you're still winning the league. How come?
Well, some of the fans believe they can still do 1 or 2 things.
The magic does not work with Arsenal. That kind of magic, if they are Arsenal fans, if they are truly Arsenal fans that they've been following Arsenal for years, Arsenal is just like a certain country called Nigeria, who depends on others to get the magic. Arsenal cannot do that. Arsenal, I know, cannot do that. Not with this team. Not with the current predicament Arsenal is facing right now. Arsenal cannot do it. Arsenal can. When Arsenal, the January transfer window, it was when Arsenal could have equipped themselves. Even when Liverpool going back to see Arsenal bought this prolific striker, they will be like, nah. You see, that pressure will come their body. They say, this will don't go gather. So you got to, if they play with pressure. You get strike away, will carry come your team. You get how you go use to equip your team. So your person way ahead of you go they fear. So they put the pressure on themselves. So we need to do better. If not, this will go catch up with us. So, but in this aspect, Arsenal gave Liverpool that balance to feel comfortable at that top of the Premier League, and it's over. And
Liverpool are enjoying, and they were even happy. They are celebrating that they've won the league already.
Of course, they have won the league. Of course, they have won the league. I don't see Liverpool even dropping more than 6 points. I don't see Liverpool dropping more than 6 points.
And last match, there is something Nottingham Forest boss said. He said they intentionally play for 4-man defense because they knew Arsenal doesn't have a striker, and nobody will make those runs to open those spaces there.
Of course, Arsenal doesn't have a striker. You and I know that Arsenal doesn't have a striker. Who is the striker there? Who is the striker? Even the rest of the Premier League teams, the rest of the futures Arsenal would face for the remaining time of the season, knows that Arsenal don't have a striker, and they also know that they can do nothing about not having a striker, and they will try to use that to their advantage. Quite all right, I know they will win some of their matches, but I'm telling you that for the league, it's over.
It's over.
It's over. As an Arsenal fan, I'm telling you right now that it's over. As an Arsenal fan, I love the team, and I will want to watch the team do better, progress, maintain their position as the second place team for this season. Maybe by the grace of God, do some magical things in the Champions League. But for the league, it's over.
And you don't think there is any player in Arsenal team that can improvise to help fill that gap? Though I know that Martinelli is injured, Saka is injured, Havertz is injured, Gabriel Jesus is injured. So I don't know how they plan to do it. But do you think there is any player that can?
In that first team, there is no player that you can improvise to play as a striker.
But Merino did it in the first game they played.
Yeah, then what about the second game?
And some people say it's a fluke. Maybe it's a fluke.
Then what about the second game? He did it in the first game. What about the second game? This is just Merino scoring those 2 games is just more like just a fairy tale for him. Yeah, he just comes and goes. It can happen to anybody. He was just lucky to be the savior for that day. Trossard can do that one day. Martinelli can do Wanere can do that one day. Odegaard can do that one day. But does not mean that they can do it for 5 matches.
And if ineffective of those front line, striking role makes Odegaard not to be seen in most of the games, because nobody to make those work, nobody to give pass, nobody to trick the defense, shake them up a bit so that there will be spaces in between.
Of course, I have said this even before.
Odegaard is becoming to play like a normal because there is nobody.
Some people have been saying that Odegaard has not been performing well ever since he came back from the injury, and I have been telling them that Odegaard is not performing well these days because there's nobody making those runs for him. I had this argument with somebody when that was during the Carling Cup semi-final second leg. Arsenal were just busy playing around the midfield, and Newcastle was scoring. I was telling the person, you cannot win Newcastle with this kind of setup because Newcastle is trying to score and Arsenal is just trying to play around the field because they don't have a striker who can make those runs. That's just it. So for me, Arteta, if he is lucky to retain this job, he should go back to the drawing board and correct his mistake. I told you earlier that Arteta has lost ideas, and truly he lost ideas. He lost ideas.
All right. So any advice for him?
For me, I think if he's lucky to keep his job for this season, he should try and make sure that he carries everybody along and not try to be the boss. I think Arteta is trying to be the boss. As in, you want to like emulate Guardiola. You haven't gotten to that standard. Everything is step by step. Everything is when you count one, you count two, you count three. Guardiola has gotten to that extent that he can tell the board, this is what I want. And Arteta should just try to make sure that the team is complete and not trying to play that boss man role.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.